Gage, you welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for doing that. I might shut this thing. Yeah. I'm good, Gage. How you doing, buddy? Thanks. Really need that. About to sneeze. Sneeze, folks. Out. Out. Try to stop trolling around. Out. Out. Not that way. Out that way. The other way. Out the other way. Yeah. No. All right. You don't know how to go out the other way, I guess. Not like I don't trust y'all, but I don't trust y'all. I mean, y'all are dogs, right? Wes, welcome. Yeah, they do. They do, definitely. This is not unattractive to them. I can say that for sure. Welcome, Wes. Good morning. I'm going to find something kind of to stir this with that is not really of consequence if I break it or mess it up. I think it probably needs to be a little longer. I'm going to use this bamboo stick here. Trying to dissolve this water, this salt in this pickling. It's like a 30% vinegar, strong vinegar and water solution here. We're going to keep stirring until we kind of don't see salt anymore. Nope. I have started making the bark, what do they call it? Basically the bark bath. It's made out of mimosa bark. I started yesterday. I used some oak chunks, but mostly mimosa bark, and I cooked the mess out of it a couple hours, and I realized it wasn't enough after I reduced it, so I made more this morning. But this pellet has to sit in this pickling bath for 3 to 4 days and be wrung out, and then it can be put in that solution. Yeah, internet's a little spotty. Like I'm struggling with that as well. Here, let me double check on them. Oh, no, we're all right now. That's fine. And if I can't open the door, I will, but the dogs are just really after the smells in here. So this should be pretty acidic. I have a pH tester around here somewhere. I probably could test it. Maybe I should test it. Could be too low. Let me see. I can check and see if I got it. Really needs to go through it, have its buffer solution run, and make sure that it's calibrated. So it's kind of tricky to make sure that you run a pH tester right. It's starting to dissolve in there. So after it sits in this bath for 3 to 4 days and the grains kind of get worked by this acidic solution, then I put some, they say put baking soda in here, but I think you might end up with a little bit of a volcano if you do that. I don't know if people actually do that. Or what. I have lye too. Don't really need baking soda. I also don't want to explode the garage. See a little salt in the corners. I want to make sure that salt is dissolved in there. Looks like I got a little on my face there. Now, if you were to take borax or something like that and put that on here, you're going to lose the fur. Borax is actually not an acid; it's an alkali. It's high pH. It used to be the old term. They would sometimes call things acid just because they were caustic, not really acidic based on pH. So here's our pelt. You see it's pretty dry now, and I didn't pin it to a board or anything like that. So it's down to like a rawhide consistency now. We're going to put this pelt, I think we should roll it, to be honest, into this thing. But I don't want to crack anything. I would like to have a soft consistency with this pelt. But we're going to put this in there now. Doesn't matter. Fur should be fine. Maybe I should fold it the other way though, right? This is the pickling solution here. I might put something in there just to weigh it down. There's probably some furriers out there that know maybe a better way to do this, but I'm kind of stuck with this. Unless I can roll it now. Maybe I can roll it now a little bit. And once it gets wet, I can work the proteins a little bit looser. I just don't want to, I don't want to crease in the middle of it necessarily. All right, so it needs to go in there for a minute. Let's move this out of the way. Wow, I lost some people. It's my ramen technique, ramen noodle technique. All right, I'm gonna open the garage back up. Maybe I get a little bit of better signal. I think I'm all right with these dogs here. Let me rinse my hands off too. Just gotta go up. All right, hands kind of rinsed off there. That vinegar's pretty strong in there. Makes you a little on the itchy side. All right, Let's move this out of the way. I got to work on that box. Oh, I got 2 more little pieces I need to look at first. I got these 2 little leg furs we did yesterday. They're pretty. They took some moisture out there yesterday. That's good. You know, there's a lot of places in the world where they have a very, very specific pelt routine, you know. Caught that. I've read a lot in the last few days about this stuff. Welcome, everybody. Good morning to you. This is Dad's Workshop. I want to welcome Wes, member, into the chat. It is a members-only chat. That's how we roll here. YouTube is very specific about how people can make their money, and I think building our community that way is the best way we know how. So, yeah, these were the legs that I did yesterday, the 4 legs. Oops, there's one. Looks like it did start to remove moisture and funkiness. They were kind of a little on the stinky side too. Throw these in the brine. Also, I want to brain tan these ones over the other ones because I know I have enough brain for that. I kind of have an idea of how to do that. It's seems to be more of an art than a science, guys, with this stuff. I'm not gonna lie. But a lot of working it over these things. Like there is a crossover between woodwork and this leather work, I think, and not leather work as much as like tanning. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get these dogs out of here. They're not gonna leave. This is absolutely their cup of tea. All right, guys, come on out. Do that in the brine. Ah, cut on my fingers, killing me. Woo, hurts. Take this pellet right here. There's a little bit of 4-leg pellet here. I wonder if a deer pellet can be used as a knife sheath. Absolutely. As far as I know, any kind of leather, you know, deer pellet is just another kind of leather. Deer pelt, goats, you know, obviously pigs and cows. But yeah, I'm sure it has been used as knife sheaths many, many times. Anything that can be made out of leather should be able to be made out of it. Out. I can't leave the garage door open. Right, so I'm putting that pelt in there too right now. What if I have, let me rinse it. I've got this cut. It's burning my finger. I got salt in it. Salt and vinegar may make good chips, but it kind of makes painful cuts. All right, back to Dad's Workshop stuff. We're gonna get our woodworking stuff back in place here. What you want for one of them leg pelts then? Oh, I don't know, Wes. I have to think about that. What a fair price is on one of those. Let me get it ready for you first, and then we'll go from there. Make sure that's in good shape. You might need both of them for a knife pouch, though. And I know probably, you know, homemade by Dan, the Canadian guy, and potentially Lions would know how to make it. If you have no leather working skills, those 2 guys probably be the best to talk to. But yeah, I'll hold on to it and I'll make sure that they're in good shape. Let me get them tanned and stuff for you so everything's pliable, and that we'll go from there. Make sure you double tap that screen. Let me get some of these pieces from this box here. Got a tail side of a dovetail here. A little bit, notice we're on a little bit inside the line. We're going to work that a little bit today. And then we have the pin side of the dovetail a little bit outside the line, as I've said before. So we're going to work those so that they fit nice and easily together. Maybe work the shoulder a little bit, but that's where we're at with that. Just getting them to the right size. Yeah, homemade by Ron. That's right. Yeah, so Ron probably knows how to. You might need both of those legs to do a knife sheath. They are super soft. That's why you want to keep those if possible, because the softest fur is on those forelegs. Get the camera zoomed in on the right spot here, guys. Whoop. Right there. Thank y'all for being here. My name is Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop. Oh, maybe I should sharpen a little. Let me see how sharp my tools are here. If necessary, we'll go to sharpening. This is okay. We've been working on deer pelts, but there's going to be a layover here of a few days where I have to wait for those pelts to sit in that pickling solution. Then I have made a bark bath for them, made out of mimosa bark and some oak, double concentrated. I boiled it and cooked it down to reduce it, and then I've got more in there today. I'm trying to get it's kind of hard to get the amount that you need for a big pelt like that. Kind of want to put this. Let's take the sharpener out. Let's do some sharpening. Doobity-doo-doo. All right, that's the polishing stone. Oh, Wes does it with the donation of 5 memberships. That is a very generous donation. We want to say thank you to Wes Does It. Little finger drum roll. Wes does it with the 5 gift memberships. Let me see. Terrific Tom, who is actually plywood. Kevin Ellis, Cedar Grow Box, love that guy. Nikki New, love her too. Love all these folks. Glad to see they got some memberships. Yeah, I'm working. I will, even before the memberships, I was going to hold those pelts for you. But we appreciate that here, Heather and I, so much. I almost sounded like Trump when I said that. So much. Not expressing opinion either way on that man, okay? We're not getting political. Just sounded like him, that's all. President of the United States. As I say about everybody, gentleman and scholar. I think this needs to be worked here. Thank you so much, Wes. Wes, big time gift there. This is a little bit more coarse grit than I usually do on here, but many of my chisels have been re-edged or had new bevels put on them, so this is kind of par for the course to have to go down to 400 here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Wes, Sunstep Build. Sunstep got another membership. We're bringing the beard back, Sunstep. Appreciate you being here. Jay there at Sunstep. Check out his channel. Jay, you're going to have to tell me about what happened with all the walnut. You got the walnut stored. Curious about that. Still think this stone needs a little bit of working. So I'm going to take some mineral spirits. That's kind of what I do in this scenario. Take a rag or whatever I got in my pocket, paper towel. Take some mineral spirits. We're going to try to get some of these oils out of here. Grapeseed oil just gets stuck. Never use grapeseed oil as a stropping agent on your wetting stones, on your wet stones. Excuse me. Don't wet your wet stones with grapeseed oil. It's not a good choice. So happy to have everybody in here. Wes with the gift memberships. Turned out to be elm. What? Well, don't get rid of that, man. I mean, that's still good wood, right? And you got some good cuts of it. It's hard to find black walnut like that. I mean, I was tending to think it was walnut. Who told you that was elm? But I did. My initial thought was that it was red oak, right? Because the furrowing didn't look deep enough to be walnut. Hard to identify a tree from a picture, though. Google got it wrong. Because I sent that to Google. Google said it was black walnut. How do I apply to mallet gang? Is that a thing? If you're asking how you become a member, I think you just go to his channel. Should be a little tag there. Hit the little dollar bill. We've been doing work on pelts the last couple days, but we're going to do some woodwork again. We've been working on this little ash box here for member giveaway. And we're going to continue that today. I want to make sure I have sharp enough tools because I think part of the reason I had some blowout was the sharpness of my tools wasn't good. Seems to be that this stone though is just a bit on the crude side. Like they're okay for this. This is good quality coarseness here. Let's flip to the 1000 side. Maybe I'll take some of the oil out of this here. The reason I'm doing this, folks, is not standard operating procedure to put mineral spirits on your wet stones, but I got a lot of oil in these months ago. I was using grapeseed oil. I'll stay out of that one. The stone is full of oil in all of the little pores. So what I'm trying to do is get that stuff out of those pores so that I can get that coarseness I need to sharpen again. And the only thing I found that gets it out of there is some harsh solvents like mineral spirits or like unfortunately heavy engine degreaser. That as well will get it out. And then Got to hit it with the, what you call it, dressing stone. I want to say thank you to Wes for those gift memberships today. It makes all the difference in the world. That's how I've grown my channel. So big ups and big shout out to Wes and big appreciation for that. No doubt. And obviously everybody, if you're here, you definitely need to check his channel out. I don't mind if you step away to do so. That's fine. Let's okay. Okay. Y'all hear that? That means it is making much more comfortable sharpening these guys than my knife. My knife, I should say. I have a couple knives. But my buck knife, which is what I was using to skin the deer and dress the deer, which I love that knife, man. No joke. Pay a little money, a little more money for a knife. Kind of makes sense. Oh, somehow my bevel on that's not great either. This one might not have been re-edged here. Making boxes. Good morning. Good morning, Mike. This is 1,000 grit right here. Mike, you weren't here, but we took the pelt and we put the pelt into pickling solution so that the pelt can draw in the tanning. I did do, I know, based on what I read and heard, bark tanning is like advanced. So I probably should have tried to just do the brain tanning, oil tanning type stuff. But I went ahead and made a bark tanning solution. So I'm going to try it. You know, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly is what I always say. What we got there? Mike, thank you so much for that gift. We do appreciate that. Mike with the gift of 100 things. Appreciate you. 100 units. Moving units around here. We're moving units. Good. And we're going to strop these in a minute. I'm less concerned about stropping on my buckskin over here now that I've got some more I'm working on. Sharpening the chisels. And with these new edges, most of these have really nice new edges on them. New bevels from the grinder. That was a while back. Now this one here got a new bevel, and this one here definitely needs this stone here. Let me probably should put this one against the 400 grit too. Probably, here's my rule of thumb. I'll sharpen like 1 or 2 more chisels than what I'm going to use that day, right? So then if I go back the next day, I've got a couple more choices that I don't have to really sharpen or polish. Just how I do things. This chisel needs more work, I think. I'm going to have to go to 400 with this one. I'm going to put this one aside for now. That 1000's not going to do much for that. All right, let's flip her over, or switch stones. Go to the 3000. Yeah, Heather's not a Thanksgiving gal. Let me read some chat. Wes does it straight to Christmas. My ancestry don't fuck with pilgrims. Hashtag Cherokee. Mike is making stuff, said, I don't even know how that translates, but why not? But let me go back up, because anyone doing any Turkey Day crafts, or are we jumping to Christmas? So I need to read the beginning of the chat. Definitely nothing wrong with like a heritage turkey though, like a real wild turkey. Man, I've been wanting one of those for years. I saw some in the neighbor's fields over here. I went and checked on my Virginia hunting license today. Got to do some little updates on that. It may become a survival thing for Heather and I, because I don't mind doing it. I'll sit in the woods. Let's go back. Well, Heather said, fair. I prefer to plow through Thanksgiving. Too many holidays too close together. Then Mike said, yeah, I'm part of a community outreach group, social media, where if someone needs something, they just post and everyone helps out. You see? She posted about the jewelry box, and the jewelry box was a good video. So Mike just made a video on that. Check that out. Genius for content sourcing and being a helpful community member as well. Yeah. One of those people helping people kind of groups. And we love that, man. It should be the way it is. If I ever turn away from that, y'all got to let me know. You know, if I ever become otherwise, you got to let me know. That's the way I should be. It's the way the world should be, basically. We're here, you know, to help other living things, especially each other. Get out the old toothpaste after this, and we'll toothpaste this thing. Well, all 3 of the ones I did today. That's really bad. I just lost my mortise chisel down there. Hold on, let me see if I did. Right against the concrete. You may have taken a hit there. Oh, we'll have to work that one too. Not a, yeah, see. I should just put it up here. No problem. I don't love this. I don't know how many of y'all have the same experience, but the 3000 grit stone, I'm not a big fan of. I don't feel like it works, but it may just be me. Could be operator error. But I'm going to keep using it. I'm going to keep going with it. Just keep doing it. Keep plugging. Got to do it. Got to trust it. Either there's a lot of oil, a lot of strop, or it's just not the grit they think it is. See, that's what it should sound like. That's what it should sound like. Like that makes me think it's schmutz in the stone. Probably said these same things before. We got this buckskin here. I found out how they get these little patterns in here too. It's about how you roll it, how you roll the leather. You can get these the little furrows in there. Maybe I'll take like a little chunk. I don't want to mess the whole leather up. Just take a little chunk. Second, I get the toothpaste out too. Mike said I try to jump in as many of those as I can, not to toot. The channel is going to help me be a lot more effective. Yeah. Yeah, they either need their furnaces worked on to get warm or they need heating oil. You know how that is, man. When the oil tank is low, if you're on heating oil, you want to think it's everything else besides the whole oil tank is out. Go get a stick and check that. I mean, if down in the south and in the country, a lot of us have heating oil. So I don't know if you got a propane. Similar price to fill those tanks, you know. More efficient to do propane than heating oil in general. There's some tricks with heating oil. You can kind of go to the gas station and get clear kerosene. Fuel oil and kerosene are real similar, kind of like jet fuel. But you can't do that with propane. Your propane's out. Your propane's out. That's it. Yeah, a lot of wall furnaces that run natural gas and propane. Now, natural gas is probably going to be from a line, you know, coming from the city, right? Or the municipality that you're in. That's not usually available in rural areas. I can't speak for every rural area, but you know, in the South, I've not seen any natural gas available. If you have gas heating, it's propane, and if you don't have that, it's electric, and if you don't have that, it's oil. I feel like a bird on there a little bit. And I've done most of these with this, so let's flip this over to the highest finest stone we have. Double tap that screen, like this video, become a member of Dad's Workshop. Earlier, Wes was so kind as to donate 5 memberships. Yesterday, Mike donated 5 memberships. Do renew your memberships to Dad's Workshop. We're doing stuff here, big things. Are you a crafter? Are you trying to grow your channel and become part of this community? You know, become a member here. Become a member at Mike's. Become a member at Wes's. Become a member at any of these channels. What's your favorite channel? Become a member there, because that's how you grow. And if you're just trying to learn, also, a lot of us have we have a few skills here. If you're a crafter, if you're a person who likes to work wood, you know, I hate to say it, but like if you're a person that, I'm not an expert pelter, but if you're a person that likes to work leather, and I'm learning some of that now. So hopefully I'll have a little bit of expertise on that shortly, you know, and have some hands-on experience. Leather making. I never was very good at leather work, never good at stitching. Fat fingers. Like I said, I got some bark, mimosa bark solution that this hide will get dipped in soon, so that you can see what happens when you veg tan a hide. And we'll do the little ones. I'll brain tan the small ones, and we'll see how they end up different. I'm going to do everything I can to get it right the very first time. You know, there's always going to make mistakes, but you just try to tie up all those loose ends, so that you don't have as many mistakes. And we'll see how good we can make our first product. Definitely seems easier to brain tan. Oh, I thought in West Texas y'all had propane and propane accessories. I sell propane and propane accessories. Nah, I know y'all got natural gas. Fracking the mess out of the world, man. Fracking the mess out of the world. Ooh, I feel sharp. Let's do this though. Got to get a new steam bender, guys. My steam generator, wallpaper steamer, crapped out on me. So I'm gonna have to get a new one of those to continue the steam bending, but we will do that. I don't think it'll be too difficult. Polish, polish, polish. Maybe possibly the flatness of my stone has been compromised too over time. Very possible. And one more. Feels pretty good there. Move this off of here. A little bit of stropping agent up here. Let's see. Maybe I brought that in. Oh, here it is. A trick from Mike is making stuff. A little toothpaste on this little piece of suede here. Carrie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Maybe a little too much toothpaste there. I don't know. Mike, you tell me how much toothpaste you're supposed to use. A lot, a little, dab. Smells nice and minty fresh here. Ooh, that boy seems sharp right there. You see what came off on the bottom of that buckskin there? We'll try to keep this so we don't waste this buckskin on. You know, just throw it out and stuff when that stuff. My cousin took his time to make that. All right, let's put this aside with its friend in there in the water where it stays in its home. Toothpaste away. Shout out to all my members. This is a members only situation. You can definitely watch, but you got to be a member to chat with us. And we would love to have you, and we'd love to chat with you. I'll put this mic in and take a little sip of my water real quick. All right, back to what we were doing now. A little intermission. Hatchet. It's not bad because that's kind of like I'm going perpendicular to the grain, so doesn't seem too bad right there. See, there's like a little piece right here. Not super sold on that edge there. Some parts of that edge seems maybe it's a little more polished, but y'all know I'm very picky about the sharpness of tools. Very, very picky about that. What we got here? Mainly Off Grid said, "Hey Heather." Carrie said hi to Mainly. Y'all are as cold as we are here. Yeah, it's pretty cold here today, man. I went out, I had to put on one of those full face masks for my run because I went out and I was like, nah, I can't do this. I'm not acclimated to this yet. And it didn't. The wind was so strong this morning. It didn't matter, kind of where I went, where the layers I had on, it just took the warmth right out of you. Oh, I don't want it in the 70s. I like it crisp, you know. This is kind of like, I mean, unless you can cut the dovetail perfect on your first go, and that's not how it usually works. This is kind of how you do it. You pair it and size it down until it fits, right? Not too tight because you might snap something, but just tight enough. Shoulder's a little high right here. This is a shoulder. This is a cheek, right? This is a shoulder. This is a cheek. So if you hear me say shoulder, this is what I'm talking about when I'm working right now. Glad to see everybody in Dad's workshop today. So happy to have this crowd today. So thankful. Not taking it for granted at all. Glad that you're here to hang out with us. Make sure you do double tap the screen, like this video, subscribe to the channel too as well. If you're okay with just watching from the gallery, that's fine too. But definitely consider becoming a member and you know, engaging in this chat with us, getting that personal affirmation from all of us that members here that you see in the chat, and from me, yours truly, Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop, and I'm so happy to have you. Thank you for being here. Put my mic back on. know I have reading glasses around here somewhere. I feel like I'm at a reading glasses stage right here. That's what I want, like that. When you're working a three-dimensional shape, remember it can be off in multiple places, right? Right now, this is the cheeks. Carrie said, so last night I was flipping through live streams and I came across a channel who was selling corgi puppies. Well, yeah, I didn't know you could do that. And so what happened? Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, not a big fan of the breeders, man, to be honest. Here. All right, let's give it a try here real quick. Yeah, well, you know, yeah. Like I said, not a huge fan of that. It's pretty close. We may have a shoulder or cheek, this cheek here that's past the line. That needs to be worked. Probably hit it with the file a little bit, but let me go across the grain perpendicular to the grain with my chisel a little bit. What a downer, Carrie. Oh my gosh. Don't bring that stuff up. You're going to make me cry. But honestly, what makes me more upset is what happens to little kids like across the world who have to work for their own education. I think that's just horrible. But they do appreciate it more. Just like when you see kids who are in, you know, very poor situations, say in sub-Saharan Africa or something, and they're like pounding basalt rocks for a living for construction projects in Europe, you know, and to know that they make €1 doing that 8 hours a day, they make €1 in a month. These little kids, that's as bad as I feel for those corgi puppies. I would say there's a lot of human mistreatment around. It makes me even more upset. Not to compete, because that's not what we're here for. A lot of things to be sad about in the world, no question. You might say humans can speak up for themselves, but not when they're children. Children are exploitable just like an animal, you know, and they don't know when they are being exploited often. A lot of people in masks, like on the channel. I bet they had 1 million viewers too on there watching them sell those puppies. Goal today is to fit these two together, right? Let's get this joint fit. Though, look, I see that line right there. I still got to come back to that line. That's the problem, right? I know it seems like it's really difficult or it's taking a long time, but that's what this is. This takes a long time. Yeah, I'm going to take this is called the pin here, right? And this is the tail. We're going to now work the tail a bit. Actually, quite a bit. Yeah, they do. They do know. That's probably more of the amount of material that needs to come out right there. Yeah, we're definitely. I'm out of the YouTube basement right now. I'm glad to be out of the basement, but I never speak too soon. You know, you could always get relegated, shoved back down there again. Support told me views go up and views go down, but last month was a tough month, man. Everything for me went down 60%. So YouTube was like, yep, you know, and I was not doing anything differently, at least not that I noticed. I was just trying to do wood bending, trying to switch it up, but still had my shop, still had the same aesthetic. I don't know, I could get into it. Glad everybody's here. Glad things are turning around. That's what we need. We keep finding new people, bring new people into the fam, and yeah, we keep going and just keep working at it. I'm gonna make a video on this tanning thing, uh, using the veg tanning that I've got, which is the mimosa bark. I haven't seen like any videos. There are videos on these things, but I haven't seen any actually detailed other than this guy that's called, what do they call his channel? Uh, Skill Cult. If you've ever seen this guy's channel, he's pretty much like a furrier. He's an expert on hides. He may be the only channel that has like veg tanning videos. And then he's also got some lives that he's edited where he looks at other people's pelts, and it's pretty hard on him. So, oh, we're getting close. I can feel it starting to want to go in there, and that's what you want. You want tight, right? But not too tight. So we are like really close here. I'm gonna take some from here. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna pair from here, right here. I'm not gonna do too much. I want to check it again. All right, even closer, even closer. Even with it tight like this, you'll find when you hand cut them that you might end up with gaps. So you want to really do this process carefully to get the best possible product. Let me take a file and file in here a little bit. If it's worth doing, right? is worth doing right. I have it the other way. I don't want to flip it. You want to keep it. Let me keep this. Make a mark here. Oh, we're so close. But I want to say thanks to Mike and Wes for their gifts today, helping support the channel so the channel can keep going. Those are oh so important to us. Appreciate you all's gifts today. I want to shout them out. Mike is making stuff. Wes does it for their incredible gifts today. Keep the channel going. I want to thank all my members for their support and the community, and I want to thank everyone who's here spending this time with me as well. Could be anywhere you chose to be here. Appreciate that. Have you seen the mallet wars between Wes and DIY? I have not yet. I have not. I've kind of been working a lot, guys. When I leave here, I go to work. I haven't had a lot of time to watch video. I can't even listen to a podcast when I'm doing my job. We'll call it that. If you can, it takes like all of my focus. This that chisel, I think, needs some work on that bottom side. Yeah, we're so close. We're gonna get this dovetail on here. Thank you for those 50 likes, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dad's Workshop. My name is Calvin. We're zoomed in on me cutting a single dovetail right now. This is ash wood from an ash 1x4, 1x3, something like that. Still just a bit on the tight side there, not just a bit, it's quite tight. Okay, I see what I need to do. There's a taper. I'm looking at it. It's coming from the bottom up here. So the tops of these towards where the face of the joint is here, right? Outer edge. It's further in, right? So it's going like this. It's got a trapezoidal shape to it right now, and that's the problem. Hey, am I? So close. So close. I say that every time I realize that. But it is actually getting closer. And it is just a dance between trying to get it, you know, and not take too much off, but the right amount. Could be a matter of the shoulder is tight. That was like a little blowout right there. The shoulder is tight or something. Because it seems like I got the joint like the right width. Maybe there's a.
Bye, Wes.
Bye, Wes. See you later, buddy. No, it's actually in the kitchen. Yeah, on there. Let's make sure it's not shoulder getting in the way here. Because sometimes you'll think the joint's too tight, but it'll be the shoulder that's actually in the way, which is this here. Like I said, this is the shoulder. There's got to be a way to test that, right? Man, that's awful tight. Let's do this. Let's pare the shoulder down to the line here. That sounds fine. I have some pencil line visible on this side. That just makes me think that maybe it's just a slight bit too big on the joint itself. Do the same thing with the tail. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I got to get rid of the mic so I can keep my power on here for a minute. Tom tells me this may be after I finish this adjustment. This may be when we finally get to where this joint fits. And thank you for staying with me. If you've been with me for a few days since I started this, I had to interrupt this to do some deer hide work. File here I would like to use in this scenario here. Well, it's close, but you don't want to split it, right? You could easily split this down here by forcing this in. So we are going to work it a little bit more. As you can see, it's starting to move in. She is hobbling. Carrie, she stepped on a stick the other day and got a real bad splinter in her foot that caused somewhat of like a little infection in her foot. So it's not been easy for her to walk around. She was chasing a dog, actually. Really, that's in there, man. Real tight. Real tight. Yeah. So that's why she's hobbling, if you caught that. Maybe the best single dovetail I made, if I can get it to fit, you know, almost tightly like that, but not snap, you know. And if you're starting with dovetails, a single dovetail like this is going to be where you want to start. You want to start by trying one. Don't try to do a set of 2 or 3. And you got to have calipers and make sure that your spacing is right. You might get the size, the top and the bottom confused. This removes that, makes it a lot more simple. Still a very strong joint, a single dovetail. Okay. You can kind of see right here that there's some, it's not plumb. Like if you look at it top to bottom, it's not plumb right there. Let's do this real quick. I'm going to take my chisel, and this is going to be a bold cut right now, because I'm going to, yeah. That'd be about right there. Wasn't too much. That's what usually happens when you do that. You end up taking too much. Angle's a little bit off there. Kind of squared it up there, but still got a little roundness in here. And if any part is sticking up to that point, it's still going to feel the same. I'll try to apply that the other board to it. Get another shot here. Oh, that's on the top though. That feels more like this. Nothing crack? Anything crack? No? crack yet? It does, we're screwed. No, you can glue it up and try again. It's just that it's not in a really strong spot to be. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not like super overwhelmed with how nice it looks based on how tight it feels. It looks kind of loose for the tightness of how it actually feels. But that's the idea, right? That's what we're trying to do with it. Seems nice and square too as I'm looking at it from the side. I mean, it doesn't sit all the way down there. Maybe it could be adjusted a little bit, but look how strong that joint is, man. Pull on it. It's just a strong joint, just a single dovetail. Now that is an exercise an expert woodworker could probably do in about 5 minutes by hand, but you know, at least that's what I'm told. I do this a lot and it takes me a lot longer than 5 minutes to do that. But we're gonna keep working on this tomorrow. I got 2 more pieces that I need to do. Love y'all, appreciate you being here. This is Dad's Workshop. I am Calvin. Shout out to Carrie. Shout out to everybody who came through today, and shout out to the gifts that I received from, shout out to Mike for his gift. Shout out to Wes for his gift of 5 memberships. That's an incredible gift. All the memberships that we can get here. If you are curious about becoming a member, tap that little $sign. Oh, BK, I'm sorry if I didn't see you in there. BK from up there in Wisconsin. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, if y'all haven't had a chance to become a member, tap that $sign and join. It's not an incredible amount of money. You want to participate with us in the chat, it's going to be members only most of the time. So, oh, that's fine, BK. We appreciate you. That's fine to just watch. I do that too. I do that too sometimes. So working on single dovetails, working on deer stuff too. Oh, hold on one second. Let me bring the deer stuff over real quick and just agitate the carcass here. Not the carcass, the hide. Let me agitate the hide. All right. 2 different things going on up in here. Put the dovetail and the chisels and stuff aside. Put everything else aside and just show you this hide. But what I got to do is reach inside. We're gonna agitate this. Now it's moist, so I can I'm gonna roll it up, I think now. Oh yeah, that vinegar's working into there. I can feel it. Yeah. It's a salty, briny vinegar solution. It's going to soften it up to where I can, it's going to allow the veg tannin that I made, the solution. These are the legs we did yesterday. They did salt out pretty well. A little bit funky, but the main hide is not stinky at all. Crafting like a mug over here. Crafting like crazy over here. Yeah, I gotta agitate these things in here. That's what I'm told. I'm told also the more you agitate and the more you kind of go through these processes over and over again, the softer the leather can turn out. I want that soft, maybe it's just me, but I want that soft feeling. this one. Love y'all. Appreciate you being here. Everybody tap that like button before you go. Do the next right thing. This is Dad's Workshop. My name is Calvin. Please come back tomorrow. Please check out my channel. Check out Wes. Check out Mike. Check out all of the channels and all the folks that are in the chat. Carrie, appreciate you. BK, appreciate y'all hanging out. Everybody, have a great day. This is Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop.